Hey guys, this is Amit and you're watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between Poco M3 Pro versus Samsung Galaxy A12, and we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me, so watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, M3 Pro have triple camera setup, 48 megapixel of wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. Whereas A12 also comes with quad camera setup, 48 megapixel of wide camera, 5 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is A12 because it have quad camera setup which have ultra wide camera. And about the front camera of the devices, M3 Pro have 8 megapixel of wide camera, whereas A12 have 8 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have low aperture which can take low noisy photos in low light condition. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. M3 Pro have dual LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas A12 have LED flash, HDR and panorama. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices, M3 Pro can shoot Full HD video max at 30 fps, whereas A12 can shoot Full HD video max at 30 fps. So without a doubt, it's a tie because both of the devices can shoot the video at same FPS. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. M3 Pro have Android 11 support, whereas A12 also have Android 11 support. So it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, M3 Pro have MIUI, whereas A12 comes with one UI. So it's a tie because both of the user interface have different UI, so it's up to you which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. M3 Pro is powered by Dimensity 700 5G based on 7nm processor, and A12 is powered by Helio P35 based on 12nm processor. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have higher processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, M3 Pro is spec'd with Mali G57 and A52 is spec'd with PowerVR. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it can give you more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. M3 Pro can clock at 2.2 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas A12 can clock at 2.05 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it has faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, M3 Pro comes with two variants, 4 and 6 GB, whereas A12 have three variants, 3, 4 and 6 GB. So clearly the winner here is M3 Pro because it have high speed of RAM. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. M3 Pro comes with two options, 64 and 128, whereas A12 have three options, 32, 64 and 128. So again the winner here is M3 Pro because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, M3 Pro have dedicated card slot, whereas A12 also have dedicated card slot, so it's a tie. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. M3 Pro have 6.5 inches of display, whereas A12 also have 6.5 inches of display. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same display size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, M3 Pro have 83.7%, whereas A12 have 82.1%. So it's a tie again because both of the devices have approximately the same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. M3 Pro comes with Full HD Plus display, whereas A12 have only SD Plus display. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have Full HD Plus display which can produce sharper images. And about the display type of the devices, M3 Pro have IPS LCD display having 90Hz of refresh rate, whereas A12 have PLS IPS display. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have Full HD Plus display. Because of that, it can produce sharper images and it also have 90Hz of refresh rate, good thing for a gaming device. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the device. M3 Pro have 8.9 mm of thickness, whereas A12 have 8.9 mm of thickness. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same thickness. Talking about the weight of the devices, M3 Pro comes with 190 grams of weight, whereas A12 had 205 grams of weight. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have lighter body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, M3 Pro have Gorilla Glass 3, whereas A12 have Gorilla Glass 3. So it's a tie because both of the devices can give you same protection. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. M3 Pro have plastic back with plastic frame, whereas A12 also have plastic back with plastic frame. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices. Let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. M3 Pro have side mounted fingerprint scanner, In the other side, A12 we have side mounted fingerprint scanner. So I will call it a tie here. And about the sensors in the devices, M3 Pro have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas A12 have accelerometer. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have many sensors. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. M3 Pro have 5000 mAh of battery capacity, whereas A12 have 5000 mAh of battery capacity. So I will call it a tie because both of the devices have same battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. M3 Pro have 18 watts of fast charging, whereas A12 also have 15 watts of fast charging. So clearly the winner here is M3 Pro because it can charge up your device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. M3 Pro comes with normal speakers, whereas A12 have normal speakers too. So it's a tie. And about the headphone jack of the devices, M3 Pro have 3.5mm of headphone jack, whereas A12 also have. So it's a tie. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices comes with Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot. So it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, M3 Pro have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, whereas A12 have 5th generation of Bluetooth. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have newer generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. M3 Pro have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS, whereas A12 also have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS. So again it's a tie. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, M3 Pro comes with 2nd gen of Type-C connector, whereas A12 also have 2nd gen of Type-C connector. So it's a tie. Moving to the price of the devices in the international market, M3 Pro is around $180, whereas A12 is available from $130. In the Indian market, M3 have starting range from 16,000 rupees, whereas A12 is available from 13,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera the winner is A12, in the performance the winner is M3 Pro, in the display the winner is M3 Pro, in the body segment it's a tie, and the feature of the devices the winner is M3 Pro, in the communication chips it's a tie, and about the prices the winner is M3 Pro. So the decision is totally yours, which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below what do you think, which device is better for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what you thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.